Elevator Pitch presents Knight in Shining Armor, written by Ann C.
There you are. You have spent a very long time attaching to this strip of fine handmade bespoke leather. I knew you could do it, my friend. Perfect. A fine strap for armor indeed. Prepare for your first journey, my good fellow, for soon you will be sent off to adorn the armor of the king's finest knights. Zounds! Whatever could the town crier be doing at a time like this?
Hear ye! A royal decree brings news of the princess! Hear ye!
Egads! News of the princess? Why, she's the loveliest and also scariest woman in all the land. I must hear of this. Don't walk off on me again, Mr. Leatherstrap. I cannot afford to lose another one of you.
I wonder if she finally decided to bite the bullet and get married.
Don't take that tone, Janice. If that suit had been half as bad as your husband, you'd know why she hasn't got married yet.
He don't clean his toes.
And you don't need to get a job neither. So there you are.
Her suitors have been the strongest knights in the land and the handsomest princess from everywhere else. Maybe not all of them wash their toes, but it's a damn shame to turn all of them down.
I heard she sat on one of them shoes.
The king has issued a royal decree. A competition is to be held this Saturday for the hand of the princess.
But if she doesn't wish to be married, why must she be the prize of the competition?
Any who can best the king's greatest warrior in one-on-one combat may take the princess's hand in marriage. Each man only has one chance to compete and must bring a single sword and shield to the castle, where the battling will commence at dawn.
This seems terribly unfair to Her Majesty.
After so much time ruining all these damned alliances by not marrying these princes, I think it's just about what she deserves.
But I cannot change anything. I am the lowly Addie Smith of Smith's Leathersmithery, not someone with influence. The town crier said that only men may compete for Her Majesty's very beautiful hand in marriage. I am not entirely a man, and therefore I cannot compete for her hand, so I then may divorce her or fake my own death and allow her to be married without having to put up with someone she has never met before. Even if she had never met me before, I do hope she would like me. She was very lovely and does have a kind face. I do not know what she is like as an individual, but I choose to hope for the best. What do you think about this, Mr. Leatherstrap? Good Lord, you're right. I shall craft myself a suit of the finest armor and a shield to match my sword, and then I shall compete in this competition. Perhaps I will be found out, but then I could not marry Her Most Stunning Majesty anyway, and then she shall be free. This is the perfect plan.
Hee-haw!
Ha! I see my noble steed agrees with my plan. Why, then I shall set to work immediately. This poor but terribly attractive woman must be saved. Why, this has to be the sturdiest armor in all the land. Half as strong and sturdy as me if I do take one moment to appreciate myself.
Hee-haw!
Right you are, Chester. The most terrible creatures of this kingdom will come to know my name and fear me. Ha! Yeah! Whew. Well, perhaps they will fear me after I make these straw dummies fear me first with this sword I have laying around. Yeah! Have at thee! Ah! I will best you for the honor of the fair Her Majesty, my good Mr. Straw, sir. Perhaps you are not a terrible individual, but you stand for terrible things and therefore must fall by my blade. Ha! Whew. Why, Chester, my good man, I do believe I'm going to need to train more to become adept with this blade.
Hee-haw!
You insult me, my good fellow. You were not meant to agree with me. Very well then. Any good leathersmith turned warrior should be able to take a certain level of constructive criticism. Thank you for your honest and fair, but no less firm feedback. I will take it to heart. Yeah! Taste the iron of my blade, you wretch! Oh no. Oh no. Why, I do believe I've cut straight through this thankfully unvital support beam of my smithery.
Hee-haw!
You should not take such a tone. This is phenomenal news. If I can cleave such a pillar as this in half with a single blow of my mighty sword, there is naught between me and my noble quest. Her Majesty Princess Odelia, I am on my way to rescue you!
Hee-haw!
Do not despair, friend Pachyderm. I will not forsake you. I do hope Her Majesty can appreciate the company of a good and noble friend, for even if I do not keep her hand in marriage, I do think I would like to introduce her to you. You are a very old and very dear friend of mine, and I do not think there is a gentle soul in this world who will not like you. In fact, I do believe I will ride you to the castle this coming Saturday, my strangely large and somehow rideable donkey friend. That would be the highest honor for such a noble and loyal creature as you, my dear hairy companion. Now, let me first see if you can support the weight of my mighty sword and armor, for I am large of might and you are small and weak of body. How does that suit you, friend donkey?
Hee-haw!
Oof! My, you have very nearly caused me pain through my layers upon layers of well-built muscle. I will save you the trouble of dealing with anything too serious. I will walk by your side to the castle, and you may carry my business cards if anyone takes a liking to my sword and shield and armor and wishes to see if they can support a small business. I refuse to chase honor without my most honorable friend.
Hee-haw!
For now it is back to training I go. Stand fast, my faithful companion. We will embark upon our quest in only a few days' time. My, this road is very quiet, Chester. Would you mind making any more noise? I do not appreciate the silence, but I would not like to break it myself. That was very helpful. Thank you, my most loyal friend. You have filled me with bravery, you kind and furry soul. I must keep you alongside me as I step into this battle, for there is none who could soothe my soul and rouse my bravery like you, dear friend. And also make fun of me. And yet you have filled me with the spirit of forgiveness, which too will soothe my soul if I am not a victor of this challenge. I do not wish to think of that outcome, but I do think it is somewhat apt of me to be prepared. Thank you, fine friend. You are a better companion than any of the knight's fine-bred horses. All of them could do to have an ass at their sides. And also a donkey. Ha! Apologies, my dear friend, but I think one dear friend should be able to joke at the expense of another dear friend if one means it in a loose and kindly way. Why have you stopped, my companion? We still have a short ways to go before we reach the castle. I can alleviate some of the weight from your back if my bags are too much for you to carry.
Night in this part of the woods? Do tell me you're lost.
Not lost at all, my good stranger.
Don't you know where you are?
I am left of the detour due to road construction. Am I not on the way to the castle, friend stranger?
Not quite. Would you like me to help you?
You are asking that in a very suspicious way that makes me think you are going to rob me regardless of what I say in response.
Perhaps.
Well, either way, I do not wish to be robbed. I only have my sword and armor and business cards. I can give you one of those if you wish to purchase a suit of armor like to this one for legal tender, but I'm afraid if you wish to steal from me, you will have to face me in battle. Fear for your safety, foul fiend. I do not wish to take your life. I do not wish to harm your safety either, but that is only if you do not intend to do me harm. If that is the case, then
Will you keep talking if I stay around?
I will keep talking if you do not stay around too. I have a very athletic throat.
You should approach the castle quicker if you take a left up at the next crossroads.
Why, thank you, my good criminal.
It's no trouble.
If you don't mind me asking, which hand makes the L when you check left and right again?
It's the left one. The left one has the L.
Thank you! Apologies for the inconvenience, but I cannot read and thought it would be best for me to ask in the case that I forget which letters to think of when I need to take this turn. You have been of service, my good stranger. Here. This is my business card. Or at least I've been told that is what it is. If you want a bespoke thing with leather in it, I make many a fine crafted piece at my very own smithery, Addie Smith's Leathersmithery.
Thank you.
And you as well. Good day to you, ma'am. I will be on my way. Do you not appreciate my music, dear friend? Why, I find music frees the soul. Oh dear, have we happened upon another rogue? Cats! That's the castle! We've made it, my friend! I will follow you, my friend, but soon you must prepare to follow me in return, for I will be leading the both of us into victory! Perhaps we might spend some short time in the castle, and you might weather your days in the care of the king's very own stables. Do not be a pessimist, my friend. Pessimism has no place in the company of victors to be.
I've already done my own laundry, Miss Mary. There's no need to worry about it.
Odelia,
Mom?
are you going to let me in or not?
No.
Odelia,
It's my door, Mom.
there's no need to be so silly.
It's locked until I unlock it.
I could get a guard,
No, you couldn't. They're all down at the competition.
and I'll find a way to break down your door myself.
No, you won't. These doors may have been constructed 300 years ago, but it was a fortress back then. These just may be the sturdiest doors in the kingdom.
Odelia, you're being ridiculous.
I don't have to leave this tower if I don't want to.
We've talked about this. It's your royal duty to marry, and if we can't make you enjoy the company of a prince, one of our allies, you might as well grin and bear it for whichever swordsman wins.
I don't grin. It doesn't look good on me.
Can't you just open the door and let us talk about it civilly?
And what, allow you to have me spirited away to the competition so all these heavily armed pigs can see who they're killing each other over?
How dare you take that tone about your future husband?
I have no desire to marry a man who can't find a wife and has to win one instead.
I am Queen Sylvia of Candidum, the 43rd in my line and 23rd of my name, and yet my insolent daughter.
I'm not leaving this room if you make me marry the winner of that competition.
You're just being silly.
I've been saving rations for weeks. I'll be fine.
I'm trying to be patient, but all girls your age think they don't want to get married. I'm just surprised you're being so immature about it.
I'll cut off all my hair if you make me marry that man.
Oh, you're just being dramatic. It's going to be fine. I didn't want to marry your father, and it's all worked out just fine for me. I made it work out fine. For you.
That was your mistake, not mine.
Odelia.
Mother?
Just open the door, sweetheart.
I don't think I will. I'm busy cutting all my hair off so I can embarrass you on my wedding day and make this entire kingdom look like a joke so I can ruin our trade prospects for thousands of years to come.
I hate it when you're like this.
Ooh, there goes another chunk. Looks like I'm not very good at cutting hair, Mom.
Just be serious. We both know you like your long hair too much to cut it.
I don't, actually. I just don't have scissors in here.
Yes, I know, because you refuse to do your sewing projects.
Sorry, I don't want to make a good domestic wife. I don't have a husband yet. I don't need to pretend to like it. Besides, who told you I liked my hair?
Don't be silly. You've been growing it out for years. Of course you like your hair.
I grew it out because you wouldn't let me cut it.
Why don't you show your mother a little respect and open this door already? If I wanted to yell at a wall all day, I would have taken this conversation to your father.
Are you alone?
Yes.
You're lying.
I'm not here to carry you off to the competition.
If I open that door, you and a host of guards are going to carry me away into the courtyard so I can be paraded in front of all these jeering men like a prisoner. I know you are.
I wouldn't have to do anything like that if you would just do what you're told. It's not just an instruction from your mother, but from your queen. It's your duty to your kingdom, to me.
I know you're going to call me immature if I say anything about wanting to love whoever I marry.
Because it is immature.
I just would rather trade all my meals for bricks and marry anyone you've presented me with.
Marriage isn't about love, not for people like us. It isn't even about tolerance. It's about shutting up and knowing your place and not making me think I failed as a mother because you somehow never managed to learn that. Odelia. Oh, don't be so overdramatic.
You can come in, but only you. I still have a sword in here, and if anybody else comes past that door, I will cut off all my hair.
Odelia, there's not time for this.
I'll only come with you if you come in first.
This is all very silly. I'll come in then. Alone.
I knew you'd bring guards.
It's just what I had to do, sweetheart. You know sitting on your mattress like this is terrible for your posture.
I'll live.
Don't you remember when we used to tell bedtime stories here? I'd read while you acted them out with your favorite stuffed animals.
Usually Miss Mary told me bedtime stories.
But we did it too. We must have.
Once or twice, I think.
There are a lot of good memories stored in this place, don't you think?
That's why I don't want to leave it.
You're going to have to someday, Odelia. We all do.
Father didn't. He grew up in this castle, and he got to stay here for the rest of his life.
We don't get that luxury. That's why I tried to find you a prince with a nice kingdom so you could be comfortable when we married you off, but no, he just wasn't good enough for you, and...
Mom.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't be upsetting you right before you go down and meet your new husband. You ought to be happy about all this. Maybe a lot is ending, but a lot of new is coming too. There's good in that, I think.
But what if he's terrible, Mom?
You know, I didn't like your father when we first met.
And you don't like Father now either. You're miserable.
I beg your pardon.
You hate each other. You don't even have to hide it. You hate him, and he hates you, and it's a damn miracle this kingdom's still in one piece.
Mind your tongue, young lady.
If he's terrible, I'm running away. There's nothing you can do to stop me.
We don't have all these high towers for nothing, you know. I'd like to see you try.
Can't you at least try to be sympathetic?
I might if you showed the first sign of respect for your mother. I might have sympathy for you if you hadn't put me through hell all throughout this entire ordeal of trying to find you a suitable husband.
Put you through hell?
It's time to go, Odelia.
Ugh, I hate you!
A few years from now, you'll know it was for your own good. Guards.
Get your filthy hands off me! I'm not coming with you!
Try your best to smile once you get down there.
You can't make me!
I'm doing this because I love you, Odelia.
If you loved me, you'd let me the hell out of here!
Oh, Odelia, you'll thank me someday.
Don't touch me! Oh, Miss Mary, thank God you're here.
I've been looking for you everywhere. Where were you, Princess Odelia?
You've known me my whole life. You can just call me Odelia.
Not here. Not with all these guards and people around. It ain't proper.
I don't care if it's proper or not.
There's that rebellious streak of yours. Now, in just a few minutes, we're going to bring you out on stage so you can meet the winner of the competition. But first, I'm going to need to take a look at you and make sure all your hair's in place.
What?
What do you mean?
No, you can't do this to me.
Do what?
You know I don't want to get married.
Well, fixing your hair up isn't going to change that. Can't make the king and queen not marry you off. I'm just your maid.
But Maybe you could help me escape, like in that book we always read when I was a little girl. Don't you remember the one where the princess found out there was a plot to kill her, so she tied all of her bed sheets together and snuck out the window?
Those were just storybooks, Odelia.
Or something else. Please. Please don't make me do this.
I'm sorry, Odelia. I truly am. I don't want this to happen any more than you do, but I don't think it's going to be half as terrible as you think it is.
Please don't talk like Mom does.
I understand you're not happy.
Then help me do something about it.
I am. I'm helping this be as painless as possible. You can still write to me, or, well, you'll have to write the cook and she can read the letters to me, but you know what I mean.
Mary.
Let me fix your hair, Odelia. I can't change this, but I can make you look a little better when it happens.
I don't want to look good if I'm not looking good for me.
It's all going to be okay, I can promise you that. Well then, looks like that's your cue.
How do I look?
You look just beautiful.
Thanks.
Princess! It's took you long enough.
Father?
And now, with my daughter present, could we have our champion up on the stage?
Egads! It is quite an honor to meet you, Miss Your Majesty Odelia. You too, my liege.
Pleasure.
What is your name, swordsman? Remove your helmet.
Swordsman? Why, you have me sorely mistaken, my good friend. I am not a swordsman, but a swords not man. It is an honest accident, though. You must not feel any shame, Your Majesty. I'm rather tall, and I was also clad in head-to-toe armor. I was hoping to marry the princess so she could get married and then divorce me because she does not want to be married unless we find that we like one another. In that case, the relationship may become complicated, though my best hopes are that we shall possibly be friends forged in the fires of this ordeal, and...
Guards! Seize this impostor!
If it's so much of an issue, I have a cousin who is yet to marry, who I think you would like very much, for he is a very kind man, and you look a little afraid of me, Your Highness Majesty, so I think you would like him much better on account of him being far smaller than me and easier to crush with your bare hands. I do hope you wouldn't do that, though, for he's a very gentle soul, and please don't grab me, I am very ticklish.
Throw them out of here!
Father, wait!
please don't grab me there either. I am very ticklish in most places. I don't think this is very polite of you, and I'm truly very sorry for the insults, but dragging me away from the stairs after I've rightfully won this competition feels like the kind of thing my mother would tell me not to do. God rest her soul. She's not dead, but she does have very bad insomnia, and I do hope she gets some good sleep soon. I would appreciate it if you stopped trying to drag me off the stage, my friends.
They won't budge.
I will move if you ask me nicely.
Oh.
That was not asking nicely. Though I understand your confusion. Perhaps I merely misinterpreted the rules of this competition, but even if that is the case, I simply ask that you are civil to me and treat me with kindness.
Just move already, you lousy...
Good heavens, that was very unkind.
Just get rid of them already.
Father, please, if they won the competition...
The competition asked for a man.
The competition wanted someone who good at wielding a sword. You found one. Even if they can't legally marry me, would it be so terrible just to keep them around somehow?
You've done our kingdom enough dishonor for one day.
Damn it!
Kicking my leg will not move me, though if you are impressed by the quality of the leather strap keeping my armor on, you may want one of my business cards, for I am a leatherworker of great skill and bespoke quality.
Just draw your swords already, you idiots!
And speaking of craftsmanship, what wonderful work has been done on your blades. Hey, Gad, you mean to kill me? Ha! 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 Ha!
Father, call them off!
I'd have them drag you away too if they weren't already preoccupied.
Are you really just going to throw the best fighter in the kingdom in jail?
If they can't follow orders and know their place, yes.
But that's idiotic!
Are you calling me an idiot, young lady?
Well, you're not giving me any reason not to.
Ha ha! Ha! You are small and fragile. I would take no pleasure in doing this had you not been unnecessarily rude to both myself and Her Majesty Odelia the Very Beautiful. It is but one broken bone, my good man. You should hardly take any time to recover.
If you're not going to stop this, I will.
How dare you! Odelia, don't you dare!
You! Stranger, get out of here!
Oh, my.
You don't need to get hurt just because my idiot father thinks you should.
My, your Highness Majesty Princess Odelia, you are very pretty when you hold a sword. I mean, you are always very pretty, but that is probably not something I should be commenting on at this time. Well,
the guards won't hurt me, but they'll hurt you. Run while I hold them off.
And you will be okay if I do?
I think so.
Do you promise?
I promise. Just go.
Hee-haw! Chester, you saint! Come this way, my mighty steed. We must make our escape.
Seize them!
Not on my watch. You're not getting past me.
What do we do?
Get her, one way or another!
But we can't hurt Her Majesty.
Find a way, damn you!
Get back here! Hey!
Just following orders, Your Highness.
Put me down!
Send her to her mother and make sure she doesn't escape.
A cell would be better.
You're lucky we're not marrying you off to the next man in sight after this travesty. Think about what you've done to disgrace this family. Gentlemen, do not panic. I understand this competition has been a travesty, but it will not be the last of its kind. My advisors and I...
Ow! Don't do that!
Too late.
Dang it! Don't go so fast! My hip was acting up the other day and... I am so fired.
Hee-haw! 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 Hush, my good friend. We must be covert. Do you have your disguise? Hee-haw! There is no need for negativity, my good fellow. You make quite the handsome mule. I do not think I make a particularly handsome old beggar, but if that is what it takes for me to scale the castle wall unnoticed, it is what it takes. I would hate for my rescue attempt to go awry because the guards knew who they were looking for. Oh, I do hope things go all right. Poor Her Majesty, the very beautiful Princess Odelia, looked very scared and unhappy. I hope she is not in too much trouble with the guards or with her parents. I think any girl should have a right to marry whoever she likes, even if that person is nobody at all. I would like it very much if I were that whoever, but I do not have to be. I care more about Princess Odelia being comfortable than I care about how she makes my organs melt when I look at her, for it is the right thing to do. Hee-haw! Do you think I should get my melting organs checked out by a doctor? Very well, then. Perhaps I will do so when I have finished rescuing Her Majesty. My, this is a very tall tower. I may not be able to climb back down, especially if I have my hands full to help the princess. She did have very strong and very beautiful arms, but I do not think she would be able to climb down this tower with just her fingertips. It is a physical feat, though I do not mean to brag. Ha! Almost there?
Damn it. Damn it all, I'm getting out of here.
Aha! Good evening, Your Majesty. I have come to...
Get back!
But Princess Your Majesty Odelia, I am here to...
Are you wearing armor under your cloak?
Yes, and it stays on very well thanks to the bespoke handmade leather straps with which it is fastened. Would you like a business card?
No, I want you to get out of my tower.
Huh! Your Majesty, we seem to be at a misunderstanding.
All I need to understand is that you broke into my tower. I don't doubt that you're one of those filthy suitors trying to get out of having to compete again.
Oh dear, that sword is very sharp. Aha! I shall use this chair leg. Apologies for this in advance. This appears to be a very old chair and it may splinter a little.
What are you doing?
Finding myself a weapon, my dear attacker. Ha!
But you... have your sword right there!
And I wish to do you no harm. It seems I must find a second plan. This throw pillow seems soft enough. Ha!
What the hell hell is wrong with you?
Much I've been told. I'm currently breaking many laws, which I would feel bad about if I were not also trying to help you.
Help me? I don't need whatever your sick idea of help is.
Here is my face. I do hope you recognize it, for to be recognized by someone as impressive and as lovely as you would be a great compliment. I do not mean to make you uncomfortable in mentioning those things, but I must speak the truth, and my truth is that you make speaking very difficult, and therefore must apologize again if I have any trouble with...
You're the champion of the competition.
I was the champion. Now I am a wanted felon.
And you're a... well, you know. How would you best phrase it?
A problem.
Why did you come here?
Well, I first heard the town crier advertising the competition from the window of my leathersmithing business, where I make the bespoke...
Yes, I know, the bespoke straps.
And I heard him say that you would be marrying the victor, and it struck me that you do not want to get married at all, and have made no secret of it. So I thought to myself, why, Addie Smith of Smith's Leathersmithery, you are quite the fighter yourself. Perhaps you could win her hand in marriage and then immediately divorce her, so she can please her parents and also live a comfortable and independent life. And then I realized that people like you and I cannot marry in this kingdom. But then I realized that you are the princess and you could maybe change the law. And then I realized that if that didn't work, you perhaps would not have to get married at all because you could not marry the rightful victor.
Yes, that's all very nice, but why are you here now?
Well, after you saved me from those very unkind guards, which I am very thankful for, by the way, I was speaking to my ass.
Pardon?
His name is Chester. I don't like his views on economics, but he is usually very good conversation. I told Chester the donkey.
Oh.
Did I miss a great realization?
No, it's fine. Keep going.
I told Chester the donkey that I was very afraid of what might happen to you. Perhaps you might have to marry anyway, and you might even marry someone who didn't have your best interests at heart. That made me terribly upset, and so I said to Chester, I must rescue the princess then, or at least help her escape.
Are you stupid?
Why, yes.
This castle is so well guarded, it's a miracle you got up here at all. You would have been shot by 15 arrows if you hadn't been wearing something dark. Besides, the king's whole personal guard is out there looking for me. There's no way we can rappel out the window with bed sheets, and there's no way we can sneak out through the castle.
Do not give up so easily, my majesty.
You think I haven't tried escaping before?
Oh, I assumed so, but I also assumed you had never done so with help before.
You can't take on my king's entire guard.
This castle has many doors, and I assume you know them well.
Don't try to figure this out for me. We're both done for. How am I supposed to know this isn't some kind of plea bargain to get you out of trouble with the king? If you like your business cards so much, why wouldn't you just suck up to him so you can get to keep it?
There are many places I can be a leather worker, not just here. I have heard there is a great industry in the kingdom to the north of here.
How do I know you're not just going to turn me in?
You do not, I am afraid. Perhaps showing you Chester might help you to believe my story.
I don't think so.
He's a very smart donkey anyway, and I would like to show him off. Apologies if you think this is wasting your time, but I am of the opinion that there is always time for Chester. Make yourself known, my faithful compatriot! Hee-haw! He is very smart.
I'm sure he is.
Your Majesty, Highness Princess...
Odelia. Just Odelia is fine.
Just Odelia, I do not know how I can prove to you that I have good intentions. I do not think I can prove it in a way that you will believe at least. That is all right, because I plan to show it through my actions.
And what actions are those?
Helping you escape, of course. This is a very large cloak, and if we both hide under it, we will look like a very strange and lumpy old person, which is okay, because many old people are strange and lumpy.
You know I can't believe this. We hardly know each other, and you're risking your life just for me. This can't be some kind of chivalry complex.
Oh, no. It is just that I cannot stand by and let you save me while you yourself go unsaved. I am able to do good, and so I shall do it.
You sound like a knight in one of my storybooks from childhood.
I do not know whether or not that is a compliment, but I choose to take it as such. Thank you kindly, Odelia. It is an honor to be complimented by the likes of you.
All right, Sir Addie. Tell me how we're supposed to get out of here. I don't have a better plan other than hiding up in here until my parents give up.
I have a friend who worked as a maid for some time, and she said that many times the maids would have a set of secret tunnels in the halls, so that wealthy families would not have to look upon them. I do not have time to unpack how sad and angry that makes me feel, but I suspect that this castle may also have tunnels. Perhaps we could sneak out that way, and should we run into any servants, I can either politely convince them not to betray you, or they can become better friends with my large and threatening fists.
That was my plan too, but they're infested.
Whatever could they be infested with?
Father kept a water troll in the moat to keep out invaders.
I did not see a water troll.
It decided it liked the tunnels a lot better.
Well, I do not think that should be much of an issue for me.
You can't just take on a water troll single-handed.
I have yet to be proven otherwise. Do you know where the doors to these tunnels are? Our quest ought to begin as soon as possible.
Here.
Sounds!
Just keep your voice down. I don't want the troll to find us before the guards inevitably do.
Keep your spirits up, my good lady. Perhaps it is a dangerous one, but we are going on an adventure nonetheless. I look forward to journeying at your side, Odelia.
Just make sure not to get killed.
I have no intentions of it.
God, I hope this works.
What did you say?
Nothing. Let's just get out of here.
I heard a ballad recently about a man of unknown origins and unknown destination who came to a village not so far from here.
Addie. It's Addie, right?
Yes, indeed. I am honored that you have remembered.
Why are you bringing this up now?
I cannot stand silence, especially when it's the kind of almost silence that sounds like dripping and fire and all these strange torches that should not be lit, given that nobody comes down here to light them. It is very frightening, however, so I applaud them for the atmosphere.
This is serious. One or both of us could die. You get that, right?
Of course I do. I admire your understanding of stakes, but I do not think it makes your mental health much better. I am trying to lighten the mood somewhat with cheerful anecdotes. I assume you've had a very challenging day.
You can say that again.
I assume you have had a very challenging day.
No, So that was a joke.
When most of the talking you do is with a donkey, you find ways to entertain yourself.
At least you have a donkey. I think I'd rather most of the people I talk to not talk back.
What? That is a great many people not to talk to. Some of them must be good.
I thought so, but I don't need to be laying all this out on you.
I do not care. I've found myself enjoying your company, and I do not think I will enjoy any less if you say things that are not happy.
All of them, even the ones I thought had my best interest at heart, have always tried to make me get married. I don't think they understand. I'd just rather do anything but that.
I'm terribly sorry about that. You must feel very alone.
You can say that again. I've never loved a man. The whole idea of it, even just marrying one, makes me sick.
Egads! I have never loved a man either.
Really?
I often have found myself amidst men, but I am always happier when they consider me like a brother rather than a bride.
And what about women?
Oh, I like women very much, Your Majesty.
I think I figured that much out for myself.
I know I do not have much happening in my brain, but around women, my brain happens even less.
I think I know how you feel. Let's just keep going. You've had enough of the inside of my head for a lifetime.
It is okay if you do not wish to share anymore, but if you would feel better with something off your chest, I am still here for the time being. I have not been eaten by a troll yet, and therefore I can listen to any problem you need. Perhaps I will not be good at giving advice, but I like your company, and hearing your problems will not make me like it less. You have very nice-sounding words, and I'm very impressed that you stand up for yourself like this, even when the circumstances are this difficult.
Thank you.
Most certainly, Odelia. 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 Odelia.
What?
You have a very nice name, that is all. I like that I am allowed to say it without all of the Your Majesty titles, for those trip up my tongue immensely. I may be a master of strength, but that particular muscle is very undertrained.
All right, then. You don't need to worry about calling anybody anything if you don't like it in my book. I'm still supposed to call my parents Your Majesty, you know that?
Good heavens! That's terrible!
I mean, I don't do it, but still.
Aha!
What?
This is what I mean. I like that you do what you want, Odelia. It is a very simple thing that is much more difficult than you would think.
Thanks, Addie. I like that you point out my positive traits out loud.
I like that, too. I do not like that.
Shit.
Your Majesty! Shit, indeed.
Damn it, we were nearly at the door, too.
It will all be okay.
How can you say that at a time like this? Oh god, this is how I'm supposed to go? I can't die here, not now, not today.
Fear not! Stand down, my good fellow. That is the opposite of what I meant, my dear attacker. I do not wish to harm you, friend troll. Please stand down so my companion and I may pass. Zounds, Odelia, look at his ankle!
I'm a little busy with the teeth right now.
No, he's attached to a chain, and it appears to be causing him a great deal of pain.
Why am I supposed to care? He's going to eat us.
What do wild trolls eat?
I don't know. Fish and water stuff?
Precisely, not humans.
Why does it matter? He's going to eat us anyway.
He's attacking us because he's hurt. And we're here, and he can't get to his food source. He must be terribly hungry, my friend.
I'll distract him. You can break the chain.
On it, your Adelia.
Hey, stupid! Yeah! Over here, look at this big, shiny toothpick I've got!
I have almost sawed through the restraints. I have sawed through the restraints.
Great. Now what?
Put your sword away, please. Are you all right, friend troll? I am sorry I could not get your entire cuff off. I did not want to cause you any harm. I will saw it off if that is what you want.
What are you doing? You could get killed!
And I could get killed breaking you out too. There are many good things worth doing, even with that risk. You must tell me immediately if something is amiss. I mean you no harm, my good friend. I'm very sorry I ever drew my sword on you in anger. I assumed you intended to hurt myself and my dear friend Odelia, who I am trying to rescue. I see now I should not have assumed such a thing and should be more understanding of my opponents in the future. We are almost done, my good fellow. Just a few more feet of metal. I'm glad I questioned your anger towards me. I think many would write you off as violent or cold, but I am glad I had one less undeserving victim because I checked first. It is something I have been working on. Ha! There you go. I hope you find a nice river somewhere.
I can't believe that worked.
You would not believe how well positivity can work as a weapon. Often, if you pretend to be a little less smart than you are, but very friendly, a very smart opponent will pass you by. That does not always happen, but I am always friendly just in case. I'm of the belief that many troubles come from hurt, and that is okay. You just need to wait it out a little while.
So that's why my mom's like that.
That does not mean one should be unkind to others. I would not have forgiven the troll so easily if he had caused either of us harm. One time, Chester got a rock stuck in his hoof, but I did not know it. He would not let me touch him and brayed at me very unkindly. If I had not known him better, I would have assumed he were a very mean donkey instead of the outwardly sarcastic yet inwardly vulnerable bovine I know today. But because I knew him, I knew if I was patient and careful, when he came to show me his hoof, all would be well. I think the same goes for many people, though they do not have hooves.
Huh. So what about forgiving the hurt ones?
Oh, I think you can forgive just about anybody, but if they have made you hurt too, I don't think you have to.
All right. I'll keep that in mind.
I don't think that troll was being mean. I think he was just being scared. That's okay too.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it is.
Egads! Why, that's the door to the outside.
Are you sure?
Well, there is a great amount of light coming out from under it, and...
Hee-haw!
Why, it's Chester!
Hee-haw! Hee-haw!
I told you never to fear, Odelia. Ha-ha! We've made it!
We did!
Well, perhaps we have not made it all the way to the Northern Kingdom, where I plan to set up my new bespoke leather shop, but we have made it out of the castle and must celebrate that victory.
Must we?
Of course we must. Victory does not taste sweetest when achieved all at once, but rather when microdosed.
All right, then. How should we celebrate?
Oh, there's a pancake shop a few miles north of here that will be open by the time it has dawned. And I think if we start walking now, we could get ourselves a nice breakfast to start off our journey. If you do not wish to continue traveling with me, that is all right, though. I understand that even though we are going to the same place, it does not mean you should wish me as a journeying companion. though I would not complain if you wanted to stay with me in Chester.
I don't think I'd mind at all, but I don't want to slow you down.
That is of no issue. You can ride on Chester as we go down this lovely forest road. Here, do you need any assistance in mounting his saddle? It is also bespoke leather that I have made, but I am very large and well-muscled, and alas, I cannot ride him, even if he too is incredibly large for his species.
I don't need... Thank you for the offer. I think I just need a hand up.
Of course!
Thank you.
Oh my goodness. Egads. Dear heavens, I don't think I will ever wash this hand again, my good Your Majesty Odelia.
You'd better. I don't know how much I'd want to keep you around if you're not going to wash your hands.
Of course. Then I will wash it every day. What do you mean by keep me around?
Well, I think once we've run away and everything, we should stay around each other. I think it would be good to have a friend in a brand new kingdom.
A friend?
Or, well, I think I'm getting ahead of myself.
How far ahead?
Don't get your hopes up.
My hopes are very, very high.
Well, I think you're the kind of person I'd like to get to know better.
How much better?
A lot better.
The kind of better that would mean kissing your hand very often?
Even better than that.
Oh, be still, my violently thrashing heart! Don't make fun of me, Chester. That was very unkind.
You two really do talk to each other, huh?
Yes, he is very good company, but I think he will be glad to have another person around, too.
Haven't ever talked with a donkey before.
Hee-haw!
That means he likes you.
Good, because I plan on sticking around you for a while, so I think Chester's going to have to put up with me.
Oh, that is very good.
Yeah, I think it will be.
This episode was performed by the following people: Ann C. as Addie, Kit A. as Odelia, Jeannette C. as the Queen and Chester, Ethan W. as the King, Ellis G. as Mary, Noelle S. as the Crier and Villager 1, Alix K. as Villager 2, Anissa Danny C. as the Rogue, Guard 2 and Guard 3, Lilly F. as Guard 1, and the Troll. It was made possible by our editors, AJR, Alix K, Kestrel E, and Freya M. This episode was written by Ann C. and produced by the Elevator Pitch team. Special thanks to Noelle S. for the episode art. If you like this episode, please consider following us on Twitter and TikTok at Elevator Pitch P. For show updates and a chance to interact with cast and crew, please consider joining our Discord server. If you are willing and able, please consider checking us out on Patreon or sending a one-time donation on Ko-Fi at Elevator Pitch P. Elevator Pitch is licensed under a Creative Commons Attribution Non-Commercial Share-alike 4.0 International License. Thanks for listening.